Okay, folks, warm welcome once again. Today's tutorial is all about, let's see now, do we have this right? Yes, we've got our primary driver sound card actually clicked in there. Use this here. This is what's in there, and this one. Right. So under info, I haven't put in anything. I'll write stuff later on there. All right, let's see. Let's see what we can actually do here. It's quite exciting. It's just an idea that I came up with. I discovered this Kontakt. Let's just open Kontakt here. Kontakt emotional piano, which I have, and on playing around with the settings on it, I came up with a very exciting kind of sound. And what I'm gonna do is to use, I'll be using samples, drum samples that's been done, just to minimize on a lot of things right now, because the main focus is on what you can do with the emotional piano, where you can have a lot of movement. There will be a lot of movement on it, you know, with the kind of settings that that we can just do. Just a few settings you do, you can have a lot of things happening, sounding very nice, and you know, taking you where you want to. Because remember, it's all about imagining where the song can be played and the kind of scenes that you want to see. You know, if you are an onlooker out there, you're looking at this sound playing and the environment around you, from the pepper that's being blown by the wind to everything else. You know, might be someone who didn't have a nice sleep, someone who's, you know, just by the street there, he doesn't know where to start and how to go about his business on the day. So it's all about imagination, and every instrument that I put in here, it has to add up to that little story that I have, or a vision, or imaginary scene that just takes place within those confinements. So it's always exciting when you come up with all these. Ambience plays a major role when it comes to imagining things. The ambience is what captures the who's and the ha's of how the sound plays, and also the kind of view that you'll be visualizing in your head. So I'm hoping it's capturing everything right now, and I'll just show you. It's gonna be kind of short, but the main focus is on playing around with the plugins themselves to create the sort of sound that you want. That's my main point. My humble apologies if I explain too much, but I think it's always important to know where this comes from and why I'm doing it. So I'm trying to answer the question why. So whenever I do a track, I'm looking at why should I put it out there, and why should someone listen to it, and why should someone actually watch this video. So that's why my tutorials will always have this explanation, quite lengthy ones, because I think the more information you have, the better, right? It takes away quite a lot of questions anyway. So yeah, all right, we do have our Kontakt here. Let me just let's see now. It's minimized, so let's see if it can do the thing, do the did. Come on, open. All right, there we go. Right, what I have here, what I've done here in actual sense is I started with this here, this emotional piano soft one. So let's mute this here and mute that one, so that remains muted. Let's also minimize this for now. So this is what I started with. So let's extend this so we can see where we're supposed to be. Here's our stuff, and here's the fun part of it, where you can see emotional piano, and these are the things you can play around with, right? What I've played around with is I've left the attack like that, the dynamics, decay, and all these other things. Today I didn't touch on them, but what I've done is I've actually activated the high damping so that it is on. And also from here, the other thing I've gone on the convolution here. This is where the magic comes in. And on the convolution, right, there's a lot of effects that you can put on here, depending on how long your note is. If you keep your note quite long, right, it will give you a certain sound and ambience behind it. So what I'm saying is, let's take for example, use a boring here. So if you're gonna use a boring, let's come here to pattern, and just see, besides using our pattern there, so I only had one pattern put on there. So let's go to pattern 2. I'm gonna use pattern 2 just to explain something quickly. Just extend this here, and you can see these are all consolidated. They are all in sample mode. So this is where I start. I'll show you where the notes are for that and what we've done about it. Right. So pattern 2, you can see it's empty. So if we open here, if we just click here on the side there, you can see pattern 2 doesn't have anything. Right. There you go. It's nice and empty. And then what we're gonna do is we'll right click on this here to open our piano roll. Not that. We can open a piano roll from up here as well. Here's the piano roll. This one, if you open here, you should open piano roll. There you go. And you just have to make sure the piano roll that's been opened, it's in connection with it is for Kontakt. So you should say Kontakt here. So piano roll for Kontakt, that's what it is. It shows there. So once we're here, let's put a note here, depending on the note, the length of the note. So if we do that, you can hear what's happening on the piano there, right? So let's just put it here. Let me put it here on the side so that we can see. You can, if you look here on these notes, you see also that it's corresponding somehow. Okay, on this one, most probably was there higher there. If you, let's see if you place here. Okay, not on this one. Where is this one now? Piano, what is happening? They interchanged now. Yeah, okay, they've interchanged. So just close that. This is the one we're dealing with. Sorry for that. But for now, let's go back here. Let's find something that's gonna give us so C5 somewhere around there. C4, C5 would give us. It's got slightly lower and high pitch. So now we can play around. Let's say we just let's not import. Let's go on stamp, and then let's use a minor or a fifth. Just use a 50. Right, I'm gonna pick up E. So we've got those two. That's minor 50. If we put it, make it longer, or let's start here. Let's make it longer. Right, just there. Right, now if we play this, let's play this. Let's play this quickly. Play that pattern. stuck. This is the problem. Alright, so we're gonna play around with these settings right now. If I extend this here, you're gonna hear a completely different thing. The effect will be, let's extend it to 4 bars. Right. Now, for us to hear this effect, we have to make sure the reverb is on, because that's where the effect is. The effect is is based on the reverb on. There you go. Isn't that cool? And then you can extend also the high pass filter. You can do whatever you want here, do all the necessary adjustments to suit the sound, the kind of ambience that you want on it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, there we go. So you can raise the delay. You can push the delay up here, play around with it. So you can minimize the note length, push this back to there and here, and let, if we select this here so that it plays all the way to, it plays 4 bars, so we can hear just pull back the volume here. And here you can hear the effect. Right, so we can play around with it again, even with the low pass. Can play around with the wet and dry, probably just reduce the dryness. So let's say we're quite happy with what this sounds like right now. So if we go back to our notes here, and let's just drag something, a fifth, we got fifth there. Let's just see, let's say we we struggle with creating our own track, creating our own chord progression, and for some reason you do have some chord progressions that you have heard, or you got a mid of chord progressions that can help you go through this whole thing. So what you can do is you can just drag your chord progression in there, and this will do its job. So let's just stop that for now. Let's hope it will stop. It won't. Right, so I'm gonna come here quickly, open here. I'm gonna look for chord progression mids. That's the, whether it's a chord progression or it's a melody that I can use in there. So let me just come through here and see. I think in here I should have exciting stuff. This is a melody there. It's not chord progression, but for tutorial purposes we can just pick up anything. Erotica, it's in A. I love my E's so much. Insomnia. We don't want something that's gonna make us sleep. Let's go to just minimum, pick up C sharp. There you go, culture. So let's use this here, and here the little twitches that we have done. Cool, isn't it? Alright, you can create all these these ambiences just like that. Alright, let's just stop that quickly. Let's find something that's less crowded like that. I want long tails there. Need long notes. Let's go here. Alright, now let's put back our effect. Alright, so what I've done is, I've done with this here is, okay, it's a bit too loud. And then if you layer it, now I layer it with the original song, the one that's playing. So I'm rather using this as just ambience to sit just below that. Alright, so there's a lot of things that you can actually do with what the plugin offers. Just close this quickly and delete this here. Delete that. Now let's go back to our tutorial. So what I have is, I've actually done these notes here, and this is in pattern 1, and this is what part 1 notes looks like, right? It's a lot of stuff here. Also, it's a mid that I'm using. It's not me who has created this. Let me think about it. Right? So I just like this here, so I've used this now to create. I can see that that's a lot of notes right in there, right? So I've used this here, turned this here into a sample. I've consolidated it. It was like that. So I've consolidated. I think I've shown you guys how to do it, how to consolidate. Just drag all this across. Open this drop down menu, tools, select from this here, and then it will print what you have here. Alright, so if I do consolidate start from now, it might take too long. So if I do start there, so it should bring in this here. You do start to consolidate. So you can do a lot of settings from Kontakt, different types of settings, going through all the instruments it has to create these different dynamics in the track itself and how you want it to move. Right, let's use purity, and we're just gonna use a saxophone there. Simple very simple very saxophone. Record. Okay, so we got we're not gonna use the piano. Let's go to presets and go to woodwind. Very saxophone, that's all I want. There it is. Right, this is all I want right in there. So let's play our part again. Now I'm just gonna go in here and plant this here. right, let's stop that. Let's just plant this here. Shows our whole thing is put in there. Now we need to go to piano roll on this one. Right, select all, extend the note so that it just plays that extension that we want. We want it to play this short part, not to play the whole full note extension. So now, and once again it's in E. This one here, we'll move it anywhere along. There we go. You can see now the note length, if you do the drags, you can make it much shorter. Okay, drop it away. That's where it's supposed to be. Sounds nice in there from on my ear side, and then I might just extend this a bit short. Alright, and my ear is saying what it's hearing. It's hearing a complete package. It's that food, that well done food that you put it in, whether it's mixed spinach, meat, and you name it, everything that you've put together in there and shoved it right into your mouth. It just sounds nice right now. Okay, to me, even though it needs a little bit of twitching here and there. Alright, so what I can do is now just stop this here quickly. I'll need this here to start. I need it to play even here. Alright, let's play it here also, even up to there. Let's see how this plays now. I can just do that there. We're starting from scratch. We're starting right. Okay, that sounds very nice. So you can add one or more two things in there. We can put in a little bit of we can do a little bit of vocalization here. Let's just set vocalization right from the onset. So we can go parent 4 from somewhere around here. We put a little bit of vocalization here. So let's play around with this here and just hear how things, where it's gonna take us. It might take us somewhere, it might not. Right, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, somewhere in here. So I'm just gonna keep it all the way to there and see how this, just from a simple thing there, we end up with something very nice. So yeah, we're gonna use this clip here quickly. Let me change, replace it, not really replace it, let me just open it, open clip. Right, clip is open, it's just behind here. Right, let's pull this back, click on clip, you see there it is. I need to detach it so that it can print over the other stuff there. There you go, now we can see. I'm gonna resample, not resample, stretch that, whatever I'm gonna put in here, crossfade, open this up. Once we've opened this here, now I'll need to find, you know, vocals or something, someone who's just screaming or whatever. Now let's see how it goes. I should have a few things here. Let's go to somewhere here at the bottom. I should have someone screaming in here. His sample pack, he should have vocals there. He's got vox there. There we go. He's got something like that. He's got something. There you go. Okay. Alright, so these are some of the things Alright, so let's play it and then we can hear what's gonna fit in there. We're just gonna pick up any crazy one. But remember, we shouldn't veer off from our theme where there's quite a lot of wind. So whoever is watching, the noises that comes around is what we're trying to recreate here, sound wise. So if someone is there watching, right, what sort of sound, if he's amazed, would actually come out? That would be my theme here. Right. So let's play this here quickly. Let's play along. Okay, it doesn't want to play. So let's start here. We can always come back and change this here and see how this fits in here. This one here is slightly longer, right? So it is a sample, so we can actually put in a sample right in there. So let's play it and see and hear how this fits in. You can just put in a one note here. It won't go with that. So I'm just putting a note there where it starts. Right, that's what I thought. Right. Alright. Okay, so what you can do is, instead of using a note here, if you've got a sample that long, what you do is you go to the sample itself, open the sample, drag the sample onto your piece. Right. So if you drag this here onto here, let's put it in here. So we want it to start there. Fair enough. There you go. And then what we're gonna do is you actually click on that one there. Then you make this to fit to your tempo. The tempo that I have right now is 113, which is more important. So you see this is gonna be stretched to fit right into that tempo. To stretch it, once it's stretched, it will play in sync with the track. There we go. So we just want, it might be too much just saying going memes and so forth. Okay, but let's see how this thing goes. Plays then we can adjust accordingly. not bad. So what we can do is we can drag this here if we're happy, or we can just put the other one there, skip the other one as well. So we can cut pieces here. Okay, so let's do this here quickly. So for now, what I can do is I don't want them to play successively. I want them to skip a bar. After a bar, I can hear the other one. After a bar, I should hear the other one, right? So let's go in here. So this would be the last one there. Could be a bar or two. It should be like that, like that, like that. So let's do this here so that at the end it ties into this. So let's move it over like that, and then it doesn't start exactly right in there. Just there's a delay there. It goes in there. So I'm happy with that. Right. Let's hear now. And let's reduce this here so that it's not that too loud. Now we can there you go. And then we can change this here, since we can complement this with something else. Maybe as I saw is asking to scream. So want someone who's gonna scream. So the reason why she's saying scream is because the sound doesn't come out. So you can't put someone who really screams. It doesn't make sense. So it must be some voice that's really muffled that can't come out. Yeah, there you go. So this would actually complement that well. It would make sense. So it's not just a question of adding it, but it's all in the name of recreating that scene again. We're always going back to that scene. Right. So here I can use the sample or I can use the notes. I've got two options because this is just one sample. Right. So in this case here, what I'm gonna do is I'll use let me use the notes because they all quickly fit in the spaces that I want. Right. So here we have to change this here to all. Once we've got all, we go back to our enter. Here we go. This one here, highlight that. Right. Now we're gonna use this here. Let's just highlight this part here. So we want it to be there. So that should come somewhere around here. So that should go in there. And just push this higher. Just push it higher so we can actually. Okay, it's gone. So this here should actually fit in there. So there's another element there. If someone is saying there should be someone again reacting to that. So let's change this here quickly. Just add the what are we doing again? We'll open this here. So there should be someone surprised with that. They're saying Memeza and then you're not really, coming out with that whole thing. So if it's not coming out, someone should be surprised. So we need a sound that expresses that surprise, that element of surprise. If we go back to our let's go back to our guy again. Do we remember what it was? I think it was this Pope here. He had vocals in here, right? So what one who's gonna be? Okay, Aibo. It must be someone.
Aibo.
Yeah, that one. It sounds nice and ridiculous. That sounds nice and ridiculous.
High boo.
Okay, this one sounds nice and ridiculous. Alright, so we can open that. And so this one keeps on saying oh, there you go. So we need it in here. So we can just put this here, drag this in here, use it as a sample, push it right there at the end, and then the other one we can put it in here. Because after twice, someone calling twice and then is not responding properly. So surely there must be reaction there. Alright, so there we go. Let's see now how this just ties up together. Right, now that you can hear there's a lot of spurious sounds. For them to actually just be gelled together.
High boo.
Okay, now we need to put that in the right spot. If you hear high boo there's a delay there.
High boo.
Right, so what we need is we need to move the start point here. We need it to move here instead of that delay. We can try that for now without moving our position where we are, so that when it starts within the offset there. Right, let's start it again. And then let's have movement on that high bow. So I'm gonna fade this and then swap the stereo. So it just really brings that emotion in there.
High boo.
Okay, see on the swap one.
High boo.
Okay, it's starting too early, so I can just adjust it backwards, maybe to there. Just play it here quickly.
High boo. High boo.
Okay, there's a little delay there, so we can push it slightly further. You can see where I'm doing my adjustments within the plugin itself. Alright, so let's play it right from the start, so you can add a few more elements in there to create the scenario that we have there. So even the start, the intro there, we can just make sure the wind blows first.
High boo.
Okay, there's a delay there. This here we can adjust it here quickly.
High boo.
Yeah. So let's move this back and just do that there. None. Put it here. Push this back in there. Right. That should do the trick. It should fit in there, right there. Sit pretty well. Go back again. Alright, whilst it's doing this here, what we can also do now is we can adjust this here, take it all the way to 35.
High boo. High boo.
Okay, we got that option there, but I think once it ends here,
high
when
boo.
it says high boo, high boo. Okay, we can make it actually sound much quicker. For us to make it sound much quicker, because it drags right now, we can adjust the tempo, stretch it here, right? Highlight that, stretch that there. We want it to be much quicker, high bow, instead of it dragging like that, right? Let's see.
High bow. High bow.
Okay. That much.
High bow.
Alright, now let's come here quickly. Because it's in sample mode, that's why it has changed its tone there and the note. Right. Stretch it here and it will sound exactly the same way that we know.
High bow.
There you go. There you go.
High bow. High bow.
Okay, there's a little drag there. Let's push it back a little bit more. Just wanna hear when it's here.
High bow.
Right.
High bow.
Okay. In here.
High bow.
Okay. Come here. Sit here.
High bow.
Right. Almost there.
High bow.
There we go. Right. So let's say we're happy with that. We've seen how we can actually move around. We're finding spaces for our instruments the way we want to put them in, right? And then obviously we're tying up from one point to another and joining all this nice stuff together, right? Let's just move this here up here so we can see. Alright folks, so we can leave it there. Everything now you can send it to your mixer and do the final adjustments if you're happy with all your work. There you go. Double click here, it picks up everything that's in here. Go to your mixer channel, just extend this here quickly, right? And then we're starting from, since we've picked up everything, now we need to come here, right click. The routing has to be done. Selected channels, not only to that track. In this, now if you look at it here, it has changed. It has gone back to one. We need to select all. There we go. Right click.
High bow.
Route to all, starting from that one. So now everything has actually been assigned here. Now we can do all the adjustments that we want. So I can pull down that there because it's not really, it's too loud. If this drum set is also loud, I can do all the necessary adjustments in here. Now I can see which instruments are actually needs adjustment. So you can pull up an EQ. The parametric one will show you all the frequencies, which is good, right? So you can pull each and every individual instrument. You can see how much it is on that drum set there, right? It's got everything that's playing in it, so I can adjust whichever one I want. Can see which one is louder, and anything that's playing behind here on 20, which can take that, it's just adding up to all the noises that's there. So here you can right click on this here, right? On type you go on high pass filter, this one, it does that, right? So from here we can narrow, we can actually relax. This is a more relaxed curve. We don't want that relaxed curve. So what you do is you want this curve here, right? Pull this back to almost 20 because we want those other. But because this is a kick, we haven't actually done the bass line. We can create another bass line here, and then also the velocity, I just want it higher. But I've taken all the rumbling out here at the back here, which our ears can't hear. It just causes a lot of mind. Same with anything higher here. higher than 10K, I can roll that off as well. So
high boom,
can go to type, low pass filter, it gives you that. You can hear it's now nice and subtle. You can move it as much as you like to adjust so you can hear that high frequency. Right, so in this one here, I want it to be more relaxed, not that acute, to be slightly, relaxed. I'm taking most of the high frequencies out. Right, up to, you want to see the frequency, you can just point here somewhere, there. If I point here, if you look in that in this window here, you want to see the frequency that you're putting in. So we're looking at 14K. Alright, so we can increase it probably to 20K. 20K should be our cutoff. We are on 15. So 20K is actually behind there. So if this plays up to here, my ear is saying it's fine. Yeah, hearing this part up to there. Right, I can do adjustments here on all these other notes that's not playing nicely. I can hear probably these ones are too high. You can do all the adjustments. That's a beauty of using Fruit 2. Parametric EQing. This is where you start doing it. You can hear now there isn't much that I have to do. So I can take instrument by instrument and do the same thing, take away the unnecessary stuff that I want. I still want this here to do a little bit more. So right, let's find something else here. I don't want him to be so close to the mic, because when he says that, it's like it's very close to the mic for me. Right, so let's find something else. Timeless. Let me find timeless here. There we go. Let's use timeless 3. Right, whilst it's loading, what I want to try and do as well, just for the final part, just to be excited with this whole thing, let's just find some nice little vocals somewhere. I can't sing, unfortunately. I'm really vocally wounded. We can just see how that ties in here. We've added a lot of elements with where our track is playing a lot of ambience on it, right? And then we've seen how it fits in like a dream right there with all the elements that we need. If you're going outside there, this is what you're gonna meet. It's all sitting properly there. It has found its own space and everything is fit into it. Right, so with timeless, I need to find something here quickly. Right. Okay, let me just go here quickly. Let's just do it. Just push it back here to play from. Okay, not that much. Okay, I don't need that one. Not that. Just find something else here. Nice triplet. Just play this again from. Okay, just play it from here.
Fine.
Right. Let's say we're happy with that, and then most probably I just need to put in a little reverb, pull this back a little bit. Okay, let's leave it like that for now, and then just low shelf it at the end there. Just shelf it a little bit. Right. So we've done this here, we're happy with that, and then let's just see if we can add those vocals quickly. Since we said we can actually, let's see if we can get some vocals. Okay, let's just add one thing here, a sampler. Add a sampler in here. There we go. Close this. Right, close that. Got a sampler in here. Find the sampler, there it is. Open sampler, stretch, crossfade, smooth. Right, now what we'll find, we need to find just simple vocals, someone singing something nice. That's all I'm looking for. Right, let's go quickly to who's got vocals here? Acapella. Let's go to acapellas. That's the quickest way we can do. Just use something, take a piece or a part of it. Okay, someone now, cause
I don't wanna know to know where are you from.
okay, that's not okay.
I'm fighting hard, but the feeling is strong.
Right. Let's just see if that can actually fit in there. We want something that's ridiculous. Because remember our theme. Our theme is all about the wind blowing. Everyone is just started. So surely someone has been is impressed with this sound. It just triggers someone to sing along with it. So let's bring this guy in here. I'll drag the whole thing. Put it
hard, but the feeling
just
is
after that measure, and then see if someone can respond to that or sing to it.
Try to resist, 'cause I know it's so wrong.
Right, now the more I listen to this here, it means okay, let's not stretch it for now. Just pull this out.
Now all I feel and all I
take that first part and put it, maybe start it from here.
Only shadows will remain.
All right, can quiet. Thank you. When shadows. All right, so you can listen to it and pick up the part that you want that goes with your theme. Once again, we're still building up to our theme. Let's hear how we're going with our theme here, and then we'll do adjustments as we go. And for now, what I'm gonna do is let me just fit this to tempo. I don't want it to be way out because it will give me a head start on which way I should add. Right, there you go.
High bull. High bull.
I'm fighting hard, but the feeling is strong.
Right. Okay. We have heard that there now.
Try to resist, 'cause I know it's so wrong. Endless fear has taken control of me. Now all I feel.
All right. Right? It's sending us somewhere. Now let's listen just from there without the initial part, the adjustment that.
Fighting hard, but the feeling is strong. Try to resist, 'cause I know it's so
okay, I'm adjusting the wrong one, and then it's playing like that because it's resampled. So we go back on this one here. Let's stretch it.
Now all I feel and all I see,
we can hear it. Just go through here, and then I'll adjust the pitch.
Hard, but the feeling is strong.
Okay.
Try to resist, 'cause I know it's so wrong. Endless fear has taken control.
All right, now we can play it from.
High bull.
fighting hard, but the feeling is strong. Try to resist, cause I know it's so wrong. Endless fear has taken control of me. Now all I feel and all I see is me. When the shadows
Alright, so we're just gonna quieten it here. Alright. We just need this little piece here just to see how this is gonna tie in there. And then what I'm gonna do is just quieten this as well. Now I'm gonna adjust this here. I need it to hit somewhere. Before I do that, let me just stretch here. So I'm gonna stretch this here so I pick up exactly the points where I want it to hit, to start from and start and go in. So we're just gonna play it from here and just see how this is gonna hit. And I'll change the pitch as well. So right now let me just push the whole pitch all the way down.
fighting hard, but the feeling is strong. Try to resist, cause I know it's so wrong. Endless fear has taken control of me. Now all I feel and all I see is me.
There we go. Now if I push with the adjustment I've made right now, this should also sound pretty much as good. Okay. Alright. Fair enough. So let's just play this here. And then there's just a few adjustments that we can do to that sample. It sounds very so this here, let's put it up to let's see what's the last one here. The last one is 7. It can't be 7 with 9, 10, 11 there. So where are the other ones? All right, just keep it here, keep it on 10. All right, so those vocals are gonna be on 10. We can put other stuff around here to make it sound even much nicer. The reason now it's starting to we can start hearing now all these crispy popcorns coming out. Let's just do a little bit of adjustment here on our buffer. We can start with the buffer. I'm just gonna push it right up there. We should be good to go, and to allow us to put in 1 or 2 plugins in there just to deal with this vocals there. So let's just play it from there.
High bull.
Fighting hard, but the feeling is strong. Try to resist, cause I know it's so wrong. Endless fear has taken control of me. Now all I feel and all I see is me.
So I can put that extra. You can it just wants that, it needs that little piece there. It's me, and then another me again right there. If you put it in there, that thing is just gonna sound complete. All right, let's go.
Feel and all I see is
me. Right, so I need that me. So me should be somewhere around here. There you go. So that's a piece I want there. So to get that piece there, stop that quickly. We cut it here. We cut it right in here, right there. Alright, and I'll cut this one as well, just to make room for what I'm gonna put on there. Bang. Now pull this here. We can see where it's sitting. It's sitting slightly just after the one bar there, the bar, right? Sitting right behind it. So this length here should be somewhere around here. Should be good to go, right? If we play it from here, should go. I think it will sound nice if it starts from there.
Now all I feel and all I see is me.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? Right, now there's one thing I'm picking up is here, so you can just do small adjustments here, and here as well. Just do a little bit of adjustments here quickly. Right, so we're gonna move this here slightly, bring it forward a bit up to there, and let's hear how.
And this fear has taken control of me. Now all I feel and all I see is me.
Now this is the part where the crossfading is so important. You can see what's happening there. So because it's crossfading, I have to drag this not really, okay, Control Z, because now it has changed our speed, right? And then remove the stretch and then stretch it there, because you can hear what happened there slightly, so we can actually do that now. And this is sitting slightly in the right spot. Just pull this a little bit back and we should be good to go. This will sound much nicer. I need this slightly forward, just there, fit in that space there. Right, start again. Last time.
And this fear has taken control of me. Now all I feel and all I see is me.
Right, so let's bring in the very first part, because it's like he's breathing in there. So we can bring this part here where the breathing comes in.
And this fear has taken control of me. Now all I feel and all I see is me.
There we go. Right, so we can get rid of this part here quickly. That's all I wanted to show you, that you can do a lot of wonders in there. We've also got rid of the whole crispy or some frying pops that was happening there by just adjusting the buffer. And what it means also with the buffer, our plugins, there will be a little bit of latency in response, but that's fine. We know exactly what we want here. So far it's all tying in very well, right? So there's one or two things that we can do and improve his vocals right there as well. I can either use a plugin to do that, but for now what I want is I want to hear left, right and center of those vocals there. To do that, just keep quiet. So to do that, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use the mixer. Right in the mixer here, I would send part of the signal right to the next channels, right? So all right, so we'll pan this here. This is left, pull it left, this pull right, and then we have them like that. But since now they will be playing and they're adding up to the velocities that's there, we drag it all the way down to somewhere around there, right? Just drag it all the way to there. If I want, I can put a third one where I'm gonna put in a processed stuff there, but for now I can hear his vocals. It's also processed, right? I can de-reverb it and then just add something else that I want there. So right now let's listen to it and just also drag this slightly lower, since our let's play it from here. Okay, see how it sounds.
High woo. High woo.
fighting hard, but the feeling is strong. Try to resist, cause I know it's so wrong. Endless fear has taken control of me. Now all I feel and all I see is me.
Now you can do your chorus there, but I think for today we're not gonna do the chorus. I'll show you other tricks that I do with the chorus to make it actually fit in there. But as is now, you can see what we've done. We have used Vox to fit in there and find a space for it to stay and still stay within our visual imagery of the scene that we started with, where it starts with the wind that's blowing. It's nice and airy in the morning. You know, the sun is still nice and crispy, very golden, but quite chilly. You know, a lot of people haven't slept. There are those who sleep on the streets, they're still shivering. You know, that kind of thing. The scenario, that's where we have built it on. There's someone listening. There are all these sounds that comes around that just creates the whole vibe, and people start joining in responding to every little sound that they hear. And the ambience is just outstanding because it just keeps everything in
Fighting
there.
hard, but the feeling is strong. Try to resist, cause I know it's so wrong. Endless fear has taken control of me. Now all I feel and all I see is me.
Alright, sounds nice. And then the only thing that I shouldn't actually leave out right at this moment is just the bass line, right? The bass line is there, right? It's it's coming off from the piano chord, right? But if I want it to be so pronounced, right, I can actually add this bass line in this form. Let's see if we can just do that. That's if you're not making this too long. I don't want to finish the whole track right now. Alright, okay, let's leave the bass line for next time. We'll do the bass line next time as is. Right now it's sounding very nice, and I'll probably finish it. That's if I have time to do that. Right, and for more tutorials like this, please subscribe to my channel. It's MC88. I'm bringing you simplified tutorials in making your first song, that very first song that you want, or second song, or whatever. You know, you've been struggling to figure out how to do things, especially on FL Studio, and FL Studio is actually the easiest one to do and quickest one to make your songs. You know, if you're learning, it's easier to learn the steps and to learn other things. Experiment as much as you like. There is no mistakes in cooking. When you prepare something, flop. It's through those flops where you're gonna find your wisdom in becoming a great producer. That's what everyone else has done. So don't try and rush to become like someone else who's been there for 10 years. It took them 10 years to be where they are and to produce what they're doing right now, to show you right now. I've done this for over 10 years also. That's why I'm capable of actually explaining this, confidently explaining and showing you how these things can, what you can actually do with it, how you can manipulate the system. And I'm not an engineer. Engineers put this together, but it's us who manipulate it, people who've got absolutely no engineering knowledge to put it together. All right, big ups to everyone who's just trying to put their stuff out there, but don't rush in putting your tracks out there. Polish it, see where things are not going right, see where you need to improve those points there, and look and follow a lot of tutorials, right? You'll learn a lot of things from both people who are starting and professionals. Put together, pick up what you can, and then improve on your work. Thanks.
Fear has taken control